Hi, my gardening friends. I'd like to give you an update on my cinder block veggie garden and herbs. This bed here is the newest. I put the blocks in last fall and planted my garlic. In preparing my soil in these beds, I am using the lasagna method of gardening. Layers of leaves, grass clippings, wood ash, worm castings, sometimes shredded newspaper if I don't have dried leaves. And I stack it, I'd say probably about 2 to 2.5 feet high, maybe a bit, about 2.5 feet high every fall. Then during the gardening season, I add grass clippings as mulch. This has only had 1 year of the lasagna method, so it's doing pretty good. Peas, I'm using saplings or twigs for trellising, and they're planted right in the cinder blocks. I started all these things using either direct sowing in a cell pack or the paper towel method of seed starting. Both very successful to do in a zone 4 or 5 cold zones. It gives you a head start. My peas should be blooming now anytime soon. This is behind the trellis. Now this is the shadiest part. It gets about 7 hours of sun a day. I do have some things direct sowed right in the ground, and well, I didn't direct sow those. No, I started them in a pot, a 4-inch pot. Those are soyo cucumbers, and then some lemon balm. So this preparing the soil with the lasagna method, I find very successful. Now, when I planted my carrots, some people use sand to broadcast them so they don't clump together so when the seeds are sown. I used a salt shaker. It had a little bigger hole. And I have pretty good success. There's still some seeds coming up that they aren't so close together. It's hard because I just put down grass clippings to see them. But it is working. Blue Lake bush beans, Amish paste, and yes, I have blossoms on my tomatoes, and they're about 2 foot high. Amish paste, and then a brandy wine. Some bell peppers and cayenne this year, and some cucumbers that I started later than the ones that are down in the bog area. Butter crunch lettuce, beets, my onions, these are candy, some succession planting of kohlrabi, and then different lettuces. This is radaceous, and my celery. I don't know how it'll work out in the cinder block, but I have some over here also in the raised garden bed over here. It'll be interesting how it takes the days of summer. But I did start it early using my clear totes as mini greenhouses. If you look back in some of my videos, I have broccoli, kale, Swiss chard, some bull's blood beet just started about 10 days ago. Radishes, more lettuce. And this was the lasagna method too, layers and layers. Now this has had 3 years, and it compacts down, and the worms are really a lot of them in the spring, especially when they need to eat all the stuff. And then when all the stuff is eaten, they go someplace else, or they go deeper, or whatever. They'll eat these grass clippings now too, or start bringing the grass clippings down into the soil. These are my beans I have on the west side of this greenhouse frame, and they are called Vortex, and I like them because they are about a 10-inch long bean. Very similar taste to Blue Lake, and no strings. I like it, and this is my second year growing them. They'll grow up this chicken wire and make it easy to pick from either side. I still have some romaine growing in there from earlier in May. It's almost done. And then the beans will have more area here. But growing up, they're going to get lots of light because this broccoli is only going to get as tall as it is right now. And again, mulching with grass clippings to try to keep the moisture in the ground. Cilantro reseeded, which was nice. I don't think I'm going to, maybe I'll start 1 or 2 pots because I harvested indoors early. But that's going to give me a nice crop. Here's another mailbox that I use for a toolbox, and my bags for picking my veggies. I have slug bait in there too, but Patrick, I haven't had to use slug bait yet. Knock on wood. I don't want slugs. Calendula, chamomile, my herbs. I'm not going to back up, but I have borage over there in the raised veggie beds, those 2 raised veggie beds we just looked at. More succession lettuce, some more cayenne peppers, good companion plant with tomatoes and onions. It's hard to see because of the grass clippings, but they're in there. And I have tomatoes started on them. Now this is an object I got at a thrift shop, and you've seen it in a couple of years' videos. And I use a slinky for having the vines grow up, or the branches of the tomatoes will lay on there. Gives it a little more structure and support. This raised bed over here with a used gazebo around it for a trellis. My peas are growing up, but in front of the peas I have my Juliet tomato, cherry tomato, and I have Donna's bumblebee doing well. It's about 7 o'clock p.m. here in Wisconsin, and it's a little dark. And then I plant lettuce in front of it. And again, this is the lasagna method. Borage in the center, these 2 tomatoes, excellent companion plant. Tansy's an excellent companion plant. And these peas here get the most light. They get the east sun in the early morning and almost all day. But this is on the west side of the house, so it's shady now. My raspberries, 1-year-old. Also some creeping thyme and sage. Greek oregano, calendula's in with the raspberries, and bachelor buttons are in with the raspberries. Holy basil, something that I like as tea, very beneficial for us. Google it, holy basil or tulsi, very good for you. This here is the sweet basil. Then I have cosmos in here too. And my asparagus patch planted last October. Again, the lasagna method. Down to inches, you know, of this soil here. But it's good soil underneath here. So I will do it again, and it will decompose again and feed my soil. Very inexpensive. I use chicken wire because I don't want a chance that bunnies might get at my garden, so I just leave it up all year long. Right now my fox are taking care of my bunnies. And then just a few whimsical things in my garden. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. And, oh, I forgot my comfrey. Big patch of comfrey also. I cut down. Maybe I can get it for you. Right back there. So I'll end. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. Enjoy your gardening, and thanks for all your help. help me with broccoli. It's not getting big heads